Hello. Today we will have a debate with the topics digital tools have more advantages than disadvantages in the classroom. Today we will have two teams, the affirmative teams, which is formed by Carmine, Anca and Mona, and the negative teams, which is formed by Maria, Gilda and Elif. So, please don't forget, it's just a game, please don't forget, it isn't personal, be fair, and let's go and let's play. For the first speech, I give the floor to the first speaker of affirmative teams, which is Carmen.
Okay. Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. First of all, I want to thank all of you to be part of this special listen has during this speech. I thanks also the negative team to participate with us, to play with us. Of course, Maria already introduced you the team, and also we want to thanks to Maria for her work during the speech. Basically, the topic of the speech of this debate, is advantage of digital tools uses in classes, right? Yes. Okay. I will start with my speech. Okay. During this period, we started to use technologies in many kind of fields, mostly in the economic one. And so it's really important for us and for the young people now to be educated in such a big field, because this technology is not something that is going slow. It's something that is always going fast and fast. But it's not just something that is happening for the young people, but also for the teachers, for the educators in general. There is a statistic of one second, let me check the source, of organization for economic cooperation and development that say that less than 40% of educators across EU felt ready to use digital technologies in teaching, and still now. We also faced COVID-19 as a corner, as a mark to evolve and to change our way of education. We just passed from formal and offline education to another kind of education online, because it was not possible to have offline classes. So we found that we were not ready to have this kind of online classes, and so that's why it's really important for us now to evolve, to involve our skills, our capacity on both sides, on the student side and also on the teacher side. Also, it's also important to use digital tools in schools, in the classes, because there are many people that they can't afford digital tools in their own houses, like students with fair opportunity, with economic obstacles, and so it's a good way for improving their skills. Thanks to the schools, through the classes, it can be helpful for people with fewer opportunities to improve their skills at a technological level. That's why, also because I already mentioned before, the economy now, the new economy, is based on information. So it's something like basic. Now it's something basic that you should at least know how to use a computer and how to use a Word file, an Excel file to access the work labor market. And that's it. Okay.
Thank you, Carmine. I want to put you a question. When was published the statistics about the number of the people with...
2019.
2019?
18.
18, okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And now you have 2 minutes to prepare your speech. Thank you. I give the floor to the first speaker of negative team, Elif.
Bye, Elif.
Hi everybody, it's nice to be here. Thank you. I thank you, Carmine. He offering me and my team the opportunity to show you many reasons why digital tools should be not included in formal education. What he said is true, but I want you to focus on difficulties to deal with courses provided digital tools. First of all, a huge amount of cost both the families and school, and this is changeable. Then I think every student must be equal. Some children have access to the internet, but some not. Those the ones who haven't have access or are lack of confidence. Maybe in the future they will leave difficulties for finding a job. Data is inconsistent, but paper is alive. Some children haven't any access and tools like laptop or smartphone. For example, in Turkey, we have some villages without electricity. Imagine that what will you do in Sinaya when the electricity goes for one day? Not only your daily life, but also your school's effect. For example, I'm teaching at high school and I'm managing the high school. For example, we every day we start at 8 and at 9 our electricity is gone. And our teachers and our students and we can't access the internet and we can't use these digital tools in classroom. In a recent survey, 77% of 800 college students prefer in-person learning in class better than digital tools. This is because the fact that there are shortcomings in the education with digital tools. That's it.
Thank you, Elif. Your speech was very fine. And I have to put you question. You said it is statistics with the students which prefer digital tools or non-digital tools. Could you say me who make these statistics and when?
I read on newspaper this survey was 2 years ago. Yeah.
What newspaper?
Thank you, Elif. And now we have 2 minutes to reconstruct. Thank you. Now I give the floor to the second speaker of affirmative team, Anka.
Thank you. I'm the second speaker, and first of all, I would like to answer to Elif's situation with the lack of electricity, and after that, I will present my theory. Now we are not free, so we have to move in the places we need. We have something for a better life. So move to, I don't know, an electrical panel, something like that, because we need our kids to be informed. And we need the information to take information. We want like to get back in a case. So do whatever it takes to have better kids, I don't know, to find information about what they have to be good children and so on. I will start with my point of view. I will present my beliefs in what regards technology for students nowadays. I start up with some quotes. In education, technology can be a life changer, a game changer for kids who are both in school and of course out of it. Technology can bring textbooks to life. The internet can connect students to their peers in other parts of the world. It can bridge the quality gaps. Technology won't replace great teachers, but technology in the hands of great teachers can be transformational. Now let's remember, where are we now on Erasmus project? I know. So, in what project are Erasmus? Should I remind? No. Could Erasmus be possible without digital tools? Because we are talking about the advantages of digital tools. Could you write a project without using any types of digital tools, and after that to go to your classes to support your kids and give information about life, about future and so on? Could we be here if the digital tools wouldn't have been implemented? How can we be closer to our students? Another question, so getting in touch. How can we get in touch? Nowadays, getting in touch means using the tools. When time passes so fast, why using the digital tools, of course? If we aren't used to trying them, how can we send extra information to students who can't take part in classes due to illnesses issues? There are so many who can't walk or don't have someone to support them, so digital tools only at a quick distance would be a helping hand in their difficult moments, like a helping hand from God. We passed that terrible situation, COVID-19, and it's not finished yet, not even the single problem of that sort. So, how could have students been able to continue their education without digital tools? We miss friends, family, students. It was too much. So, not missing school was a plus, having internet connection. Let's talk a little about real facts in a student's day of school. Things break. So what if they remain blocked somewhere in school? Are they going to knock the doors, to yell, to find for help? Of course, they have a better option. Use a phone. Let's say we are foreign teachers and we have to inform our parents about what happens in school. You know that a lot of them went abroad to get money because they are not used to using phones or digital tools. Another advantage of using digital tools in a school that we can have tests easily. We won't miss our precious time. We can find songs on YouTube for little kids, so to get them involved. Would you like to have kids, sleepy kids with sleepy faces and tired faces? No. Having a song playing and having, a storytelling, you will see that they are very involved. It's a problem with technology in the areas where we don't have electricity or internet connection. But sometimes we have to know how to use money for a better digital object, for example. Wouldn't you like to have happy kids? Wouldn't you like to have a happy life, a happier life? Let's try to do something for it. No problems. If we consider that we have problems, we won't do anything in life. So let's solve all the problems for a better life, for better kids, for healthy life, and so on. Thank you.
Thank you, Anka. So, my question. Could you give me an example of how could you use digital tools in a school without electricity?
I said we have to employ solar panels, so sometimes we can do it. Or without electricity, you can't go further anymore. We don't like to go back in case, as I said. We want to have brighter future. So this is the answer.
Thank you. And now 2 minutes for prepare your speech. I give the floor to the second speaker of negative themes, Gilda.
Hello everyone. I'm Gilda, and today I'll tell you why the notion related to digital tools should be included in formal education may not be adopted. First of all, let's think about EdTech industry, which is highly versatile with disruptive innovation education. There are a numerous amount of disadvantages which come up in formal education. Developing and scaling up in technically advanced adaptive learning platforms involve addressing to a wide range of challenges. Based on what the affirmative team sustained, we think that during the period Carmen talked about, of course we started to use technology. He mentioned something about economic one. It's important for us and for the young people, important for the teachers too. I don't know, you mentioned something about the statistics, less than 40%. Can you tell me one more time, because I didn't understand very well what you meant there to be. Sorry. Armina? You mentioned something about... Okay. You mentioned something about the statistics, less than 40, and what is all about? You spoke about disadvantages and advantages too, to evolve, to have specific skills, and I don't know what you wanted to tell us with the 40%, if you remember.
He's not allowed to...
He's not allowed to... Okay. But to be taken into account, sorry. But online teaching is only formal teaching. We are talking about the use of computers and all that involves the whole process. Are you excluding uneducated people, you as a team I mean, from the labor market, passing from formal to online education? It's difficult to move some place to place, right, Anka? Just for electricity, we can't do that. Most of the time, people are poor. They can't move from one place to another. Technology, life changer. Where are we now? There are lots of non-digital tools. We don't have to forget about our past, because if we are here, in the present, we should think about the past too. We are here because we developed as, if you want, from a technological point of view. And also you said something about being in an Erasmus Plus project here, but there are some there is some money which was provided for this type of project, and not all the time people have these opportunities. Students and people in general have to deal with life. We prepare them for life. Or digital tools can bring freshness of the technology. Okay. On the other side, now I'd like to talk about, according to what our first argument was, difficulties to deal with online courses. We believe that digital tools involve lots of costs and families, and the schools have to buy these tools. Then the updating the technological tools involves other costs, because we need better ones time to time. These determine... Okay. Now, our argument, major challenges for teachers. We like to focus your attention to the challenges teachers encounter in general in trying to be experts in expertising, to manage tools, and also to exploit them in the best way possible to offer 100% experience of apprenticeship. Communication between student and instructor is more complicated. If teachers don't have the proper information related to digital tools, Yes, they usually contact the course director for specific answers, which is time consuming. So they are less readily available. Concluding, if they need this specific information immediately, on the spot will be there someone available to answer their questions. For example, if we think about the pandemic situation, COVID-19, which created a whole online system in teaching and learning worldwide. Students weren't allowed,
Finish the sentence.
allowed to go to school by their governments, even institutions and parents. The whole system was alternated with a shift from traditional education to online education. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gilda, and I have a question for you. You talk about digital tools, also you talk about technology. It is a difference about gadget and tools?
Yes, it is. Can you explain? Yes, because digital tools mean, in fact, to be able to use them, and technology is developed by all the institutions which are involved in the process. And I think in general people should have access to digital tools and not all that technology which involves the process.
Thank you. And now we will have 2 minutes to prepare the third speech. I give the floor to the third speaker of affirmative team, Muna.
Go Muna, brava Muna!
Hello everyone. It's really very nice to
Closer.
be closer.
Microphone.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Is it okay? Hello everyone. It's really very nice and exciting to be a part of this debate. I'm really very happy to be with you. First of all, I want to say this. And then when I move to our topic, I want to say that I want to make a summary of what have been talked here. In conclusion, to sum up, as my friend said, a world without digital tools cannot be thought of worth living anymore in this century. And this century that we are living in, thank you, that's very kind of you, thank you. In this century, we can call this the digital century, as you all know. Education in classes will be easier, more enjoyable, more effective, and more accessible to all the students at the same time by using digital tools in classes. No matter where the students are, they have the chance to access the lessons by using these digital tools, and they can follow whatever is happening in their classes. They have the chance to compensate for whatever has been done in the classes. So we can say that the digital tools are great time-saving tools as well as teaching our children. As we all know, the whole world have been through hard times during this pandemic period, and the schools were shut to save our lives, because it was healthy to stay away and to stay at home. So the whole education system stayed alive thanks to the digital tools. Yeah? And we started to have our lessons in the comfort of our homes. And we started to hear from all the students that it was quite happy joining the online lessons just 1 minute after waking up, and they all were very happy and very satisfied with the situations that they don't need to get dressed, hurry up to catch the school bus, to rush in the traffic or to catch any transportation. They don't have to walk to school in the freezing mornings, in the freezing cold weather, early in the mornings. Not only the students but also the parents were quite very happy because they don't need to pay for buses, school services or extra things, so it was more economical. That's another big and very, very important issue that we should discuss about, I think, and that should be taken into consideration. Yes. Sorry. And we can say that technology and digital tools are best way to be in touch and to get in touch with our students. We have the access to get everything easily and faster and more economically. For brighter futures, involve digital tools in classes, and I can say finally, if you teach today as we taught yesterday, we rob our children's of tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Mona. And I have the same question for you, like for Anka. Can you make a difference between tools and gadgets?
Yeah, I think tools are accessible, in our mobile phones. The applications are more like tools, but gadgets are more the concrete ones. I think that is the difference between. And they said, our friends said that there may be some problems with energy, so we can't have the technology, so we have to, it's a must for us to find other ways to have the energy, like hold an umbrella and take the solar, so, okay?
Thank you. And now 2 minutes about the final speech. And now we will give the floor to Maria for the last speech for the negative things.
Okay, so first of all, thank you, and I would like to thank you, my colleagues, and also the counterpart. I listened actively and carefully each one of you, and I'm here to summarize our reasons about why formal education shouldn't be provided by the use of IT tools. The first reason was infrastructure. Most schools do not have IT infrastructure that can support large-scale digital methods. While a mature market like the USA or in this case European Union, by the help of Erasmus program, has access to fast internet that can be supported on large data with downloading programs and softwares as required, most of the developing world still struggles with this. Also, digital learning is not and cannot be limited to converting existing contents and methods to digital formats. In order to have its full effect, digital learning in formal education must be accompanied by dynamic and interactive curated educational system that should be provided in person, otherwise it would consume time and effort that are often the reason for the increase of the implementational costs. Also, digital tools are not one-time investment. We told that they constantly need to be upgraded when the technologies change. Of course, technology shifts can have an important impact on existing content, and high-tech features need to be updated since the new software could be incompatible with present technology. Moreover, with the advancement of mechanization, teachers are not equally trained with its proper implementation. That means that learners are just using technology instead of gaining knowledge from it. Also, I would like to focus on the fact that softwares keep on upgrading, and if teachers don't possess technology skills, it becomes difficult for them to execute it in the right direction. Hence, educators have to be expert in technical skills too, or the school has to hire technical experts, adding in this case extra expenses to their expenditures to overcome these technical challenges. So, we would like to say that using applied science to achieve education in the proper way is a good thing, of course, but to transform it into an active set of skills is a matter of time. Finally, we arrived to the conclusion that every teacher has the role to assist and support their students, not only by concepts and knowledges, but also at an emotional level, providing them the assistance they need, and in this way providing the equality in a system that is already unbalanced. And this, of course, could be better done with the traditional education. As teachers, you should have the role to break the inequality barrier, even in rural or local areas where this looks apparently harder. Also, education is a right, and it must be assured to every child. We don't want to exclude anyone from the educational system and in the future from the labor market. And that's all.
Thank you, Maria. My question for Maria is, in a utopic world, when everybody have access on electricity and internet, do you think the digital tools are more advantages than disadvantages?
I don't think this could be enough. Let's just think quickly about students with some problem with apprenticeship, children with special needs. They still would need some extra help in learning how to use these tools. So teachers should be formed for this, or some other expert would be needed to be hired. So still, this is not a life goal. This kind of system implementing IT tools. I think that IT tools still need the presence in person of teachers and educators.
Thank you. Now, because I see that the majority are in a neutral zone, I want to say, if you have any question for the teams, for you to take a decision, because you have to take a decision, you have to. So, first of all, Nesse, you have a question to put your the ideas in order to make a decision.
For Mona, what digital tools do you use in classroom with your students?
It's for Mona, the ones I use.
Yes. Whiteboard, first of all, I will use in all lessons, and Kahoot, Action Bound, and WhatsApp groups to inform when we are on holiday, and Telegram, and some tests sending from Telegram, and this kind of tools I use in my classes. And they are quite effective, especially for my language classroom. I can follow them all the time, just like a shadow on them.
Thank you.
We can
Another,
still change positions now if any
of course, and
So that's
then
fine.
the question for negative teams, for fairness.
First of all, Maria's speech convinced me, but I want to add something. You have to make a difference between tools and resources, materials, and gadgets. So I'm wondering, Elif, the same question, what digital tools do you use in classroom?
When I teaching English in class, I use, for example, Telegram. I can send notes on the Telegram. But if we have, for example, if we have electricity but not electricity, we can't use any digital tools in schools. And that's.
Thank you. Another question?
If there are
If there are,
any other questions?
this is a final decision.
Yes.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. You are neutral or with negative teams, Mona? You? Neutrals.
I think it's more equal if you look at.
You are negative.
I'm so sorry.
So we have 2 persons which are negative, we have 3 persons which are neutral, and we have 2 people which are affirmative. So we can say we are equal here. So if it is allowed for the moderation, I want to give a feedback, and maybe then you could change your opinion, because I have to refer of the training which was delivered before the debate, and I have to say something. First of all, I said no new argument on the speakers 3. Both speakers, also Mona and Maria, give new arguments in line. Also, I have to say that the counter-arguments are arguments. So, if we refer the previous argument, we have to explain why the previous argument it isn't valid. So, maybe the example it isn't relevant. Maybe the connection with the emotion isn't. Maybe the explanation isn't valid. So I have to show during the speech why it isn't valid. So I gently ask the juries to remember how the counter-argument was built. So, and think about this. And also, I want to say that wasn't very clear where the speaker's argument begins and where it's finished, and where the counter-argument begins and where it's finished. So it's very important for a clear decision to notice these things, to flag these things. This is my argument, and I say I have an economical argument and an development argument, like the affirmative teams was. And it's very important to have a debate, the negative teams, to counter-argument this argument. Yes, and to say, you have this economical argument, but it isn't valid because you see we haven't electricity and we have this and this, or something like you have to be connected with their argument to be a valid debate, okay? Else we have a parallel discussion, their case and our case. And the debate is about cross the argument, to meet the argument and the counter-argument. Okay? So please give this And I don't know if this explanation changed your mind, but this is what I want to say about what is happening in this match. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.